Hey my friends, welcome back to my channel. Christmas is so close. I have for you 3 different Christmas treat ideas that are going to be perfect for this holiday season, getting close to Christmas, something that you can just snack on, something that you can have at night to cozy up. What I have for you is, first of all, I have for you a Chex party mix that my mom used to make. Also, I have a kind of a variation on turtle candy, and it is cooked in the crock pot, as well as a hot chocolate mix that my mom also used to make. And so I've got those 3 amazing things for you today. So let's go ahead and get started. I've had turtles before, but I've never had them in the crock pot. So I figured I would give it a go. You need the chocolate candy coating, and you actually need 24 ounces, and I could only find a 16-ounce container of it. So this is what I gotta go with. You need German sweet chocolate, caramel bits, some semi-sweet chocolate chips, and some pecans. And I already had one bag that was open, so I just bought a small bag. But you're gonna put the pecans in the bottom of the crock pot before you put anything else. Then you are going to put the chocolate candy coating, the brick of it, and I just broke it apart just to kind of let it be dispersed evenly in the crock pot. And I hate that I didn't have more, but I should have probably bought 2. But anyway, it is what it is. But I am opening the German chocolate, and I'm going to use, it calls for half a bar, and I'll have the recipe in the description box. But it calls for half a bar, but since I didn't have enough of the candy coating, I'm just using a little bit more of the German chocolate. I've never heard of German chocolate, so it took me a little minute to find it. But you're gonna put the lid on it, and you're gonna cook it on low for 1 hour. You're not gonna stir it at all. You're just gonna put the lid on it and let it set for an hour on low. After it's cooked for an hour, you take the lid off and stir it up. Once you stir it up, you're gonna see that the chocolate is really starting to melt. And after you've stirred it, put the lid back on, and it's gonna cook for another hour on low, and you're gonna come and stir every 15 to 20 minutes for the next hour. After you've done that, take the lid off, turn your crock pot off, and add your caramel bits. I stirred it a little bit. You don't have to, I don't think, but you put the caramel bits in there. It's off, but you're gonna put the lid back on, so it's gonna have that heat in there, and you're gonna let that set for about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, you come back and you stir all of that caramel in and get it smoothed out and mixed in with the chocolate. Now, I wish I would have had that extra chocolate, because it probably would have made a big difference. But you take your wax paper, put out a big roll of wax paper, then you're gonna start scooping out using 2 spoons, and you just scoop it out onto the wax paper, scoop the mixture out onto the wax paper, and then you are going to take 2 cups of, which is actually one of these bags, of chocolate chips, and you're gonna melt it in the microwave. I think mine cooked for about 1.5 minutes, and I stopped it every 30 seconds and stirred it until all of the chocolate was melted. Then you're just going to top the turtle candy with the chocolate, and like I said, I don't really know how this is supposed to look, so I don't know if this is looking right. I don't know. But then after you put the chocolate on it, you're gonna put the chopped pecans, just a few little chopped pecans on top of each one, and you're gonna let it set until they are firm. And here they are done. And while they have a really good flavor, next time I make them, I'll make sure I have the right amount of chocolate, and I will use pecan halves instead of chopped pecans, but these are really good. My mom used to make this hot chocolate mix every year, and we would love when she makes it because it was so good. So we were always excited when we saw her buy these things from the store. But you need powdered sugar, cocoa, a powdered creamer, non-fat dry milk, this Nestle Quick chocolate milk mix, and when she would make it, she got the big box of the powdered milk, but I only saw this pouch, or a huge box, which is not the right size. It was like a 2-pound box, maybe. So I'm using all of the dry powdered mix, which is a 1-pound bag, and then everything else I'm going to use only half. So I'm going to use half of this bag of powdered sugar, which would be the equivalent of about a pound of brown sugar or white sugar, powdered sugar, excuse me, because this is a 2-pound bag. So I only used half of it. Then I used the cocoa, the unsweetened cocoa, and I only used a container of it. And this is not the large one, so don't get the large one. This is the normal regular size. I don't know the ounces on it, but I used about half of it. Then this is the sort of medium size chocolate milk mix, and I used half of it, probably a little bit more than half, but definitely you want to use at least half of that. And then finally, I could not find, my Walmart was picked over. I could not find the smaller container of powdered creamer, so I just had to get this. So I only used half of the container of this powdered creamer, and I didn't have a bowl big enough, but I did have this plastic bin from Dollar Tree, so I'm putting everything in this bowl, mix it all together, just use a whisk, and just carefully, because this is super powdery, so you don't want to go crazy mixing it, but you just whisk it all together, and once you mix it all together, that is it. And so you can try it out. It was just what I did, because Mom used to make it all the time, and it's been a while since, because she's not here. She passed away in 2010, so it's been a while since I've seen her make it, and it's been a while since I've made it, so I figured I'd make it again. But you can just try a small, cup of hot water. You just mix it with hot water. You don't need to mix it with milk. I'm doing like a 6-ounce cup of hot water, and you do about 3 to 4 tablespoons of the mix in your water, and you can put, as much or as little, however rich you want your hot chocolate to be. That's how much you can add. But I would start with 2 to 3 big tablespoons of the mix, and then of course you can top it with whatever you want. You can use marshmallows, peppermint, caramel bits, whatever, whipped cream, whatever you put in your hot chocolate, then you make it your own. But this powdered mix is so simple to make, and it really goes a long way. So you could even, put these in some like mason jars and give them as gifts. Put them in mason jars with a few marshmallows on top, seal it up, and give those as gifts. But I'm gonna use this in my coffee bar because I also have stuff for hot chocolate. So I'm just gonna fill this jar full of the mix, and then whatever is left, I'm just gonna put it in a sealed airtight container and have it on hand, because this will last us through not only Christmas and New Year's, but through winter you know, and probably beyond. But this makes quite a bit. So anyway, it also makes a great gift. This Chex Party Mix is also something that my mom used to always make, and she put different ingredients than I do. She, you know, she added her own thing. You can make this however you want to make it with what ingredients you like most, but for this, I normally use the corn Chex, wheat Chex, and rice Chex, but they didn't have rice Chex, so I'm using the Honey Nut Chex, the corn Chex, and the wheat Chex. I'm also using Cheez-It crackers. You need olive oil. I'm using these pretzel sticks. I'm gonna put pecans in it, and then the seasoning is the seasoned salt, the all seasoned salt, and garlic salt. And that is all you need to make your party Chex Mix. You need to preheat your oven to 250. It's a low temp, low and slow kind of, you know, thing. I also forgot to mention I do use Worcestershire sauce as well. But you take a cup of olive oil, and then you're going to put about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce in with the olive oil and mix that up real good. You're going to set it to the side, and then you're just going to put all of your ingredients in the container. Now, I didn't have enough room for everything, so once it starts kind of getting low, I just refill it and cook it a little bit more. But or you can just do 2 casserole tins of this and do it all at, you know, one time. But anyway, I'm just putting all this in there, and you're going to pour the oil over it. Then you are going to season it, and I don't have any kind of measurements as far as how much seasoned salt and garlic salt to put in there. You just put it in there, you stir it up real good, get that oil kind of coating as much of the ingredients as you can. Then you are going to put it in the oven and let it cook on 250, and really every 15 to 20 minutes or so, you're gonna come back and take it out, stir it up, add some more seasoned salt, add some more garlic salt, and stir it. And once you get it to kind of the saltiness that you want, it is done. But it cooks for about 2 hours, and you stir every 15 to 20 minutes. I hope you all enjoy this holiday season. I want you to enjoy your time with family. Don't forget the reason why we celebrate this season. We celebrate the birth of Jesus, and that is the most important gift that any one of us could ever receive. But during this Christmas time, I want you to cozy up with your cup of hot chocolate, cozy up with family, have a wonderful Christmas. And if you're new to my channel and you love all things homemaking, whether it is cooking ideas, meal ideas, shopping hauls, home decor, then I would love it if you would be a part of my YouTube family. Click the subscribe button and click the bell button so that you don't miss any of my videos. And if you want more holiday food ideas, then check the box you see on the screen right now. And I will see you next time. Bye. Merry Christmas.